Evening, everybody. I'm in Durness on the north coast of Scotland. Cycled up from Dover and made it to the top, which is really cool. Just a short day to go tomorrow. Today was day 13. Tomorrow's the last day, where we get a little ferry across the river and then a short mountain bike ride to Cape Wrath, I think it's pronounced. So almost there. Kind of feels like it was the finish today almost. Sorry, I have to try and talk fairly quiet. I'm in a very small sort of bungalow house which doubles as a B&B. Yeah, getting to the coast and seeing the sea sort of felt like the finish really, with tomorrow just being a sort of weird sort of tag on the end. But yeah, it was supposed to just be 65 miles today. It was probably 70 actually. I was tired after yesterday's efforts, and it being a long day and cycling a lot by myself with winds and whatnot yesterday. So I didn't want to cycle by myself today, so I cycled with the guys that go out the front usually, and I let them tow me along. Basically, I sucked their wheels most of the way, and yeah, they're very good. Chris and Steve and Kevin and Marika all towed me up hills at one point or another. I think they knew I was a bit tired and running on empty, and I counted off the miles and the hills one by one. We got there, sort of hard climbs and sweeping long descents. Lunch was after 40 miles. Which was nice, so we didn't have that long an afternoon. It wasn't that daunting. I was looking less at the scenery. The weather wasn't as good. It was still warm and dry, but it was a bit more grey and sort of not miserable, but yeah, not as glorious as it has been the past couple of days. And also just being very tired. I was just more concentrating on following the wheel in front of me a lot of the day. Also getting maybe a bit blasé, having been immersed in glorious Scottish scenery for the last few days. You tend to not notice it as much. It's one of the sad facts of life, that you're surrounded by amazing things, but after a little while you take them for granted. So that's a brief summary of today really. Got there in the end, got here to Durness, which you'd think was a big town based on the fact that it's on the map and on lots of road signs from miles away and whatnot, but it's just a small collection of buildings. I think there's two places you can go in the evening, and a petrol station, a shop, and that's about it. Same with most places up here. Ullapool last night, again, on all the road signs for miles and miles away, you'd think it's a big place, but it was just a few roads really. It's just the way it is up here. When we got here, we went to a headland and took some photos as me and four of the other people that I'd been riding with today. The proper finish, and there'll be more photos and probably some champagne or something tomorrow. I had a nice dinner at one of the two places in town. I had haggis for the first time on the trip. They brought it out, it was absolutely massive, so I had no room for dessert or anything, but it was very nice anyway. The only other news was Jackie and Steve nearly quit last night, or yesterday. They were the two that also did the extra miles with me, and they're slower riders, and they just really struggled and were really ready to throw the towel in, but neither one of the guides sort of talked them round, or just said to them, that's not going to happen, you're so close, whatever he said. But anyway, he got them to see sense, and they've made it through today, so they're almost there. But yeah, they almost cracked after yesterday. I felt quite emotional a bit this morning actually, a bit sort of I don't know, just I wanted to ride with people, which I don't often feel the need to do, and yeah, just felt a bit jangly and on edge. I think it's just sort of mental tiredness, as well as the physical tiredness. And my legs had nothing in them. When I finished the Land's End on a Groats trip, I didn't want to stop. I loved it, and I could have kept going and going and going. Finishing this one, I don't think I could have gone on. It's been great. It's been brilliant in many ways, and each trip stands on its own merits and has its own brilliant things about it. But this one, I couldn't have gone on. It's been a lot harder. Yeah, just more miles, more hills, and a lot more wearing as a result. But still awesome. I've got some postcards of the I've not got them to hand, but of the lighthouse that I've had pictures of, and it's been my goal for a while. So I've got some postcards. I'll send them out. I'll probably keep one for myself as well. And that's probably about it. Took a few photos, but as I say, been getting a bit blasé about it. Yeah, I won't ramble on. That's probably about it. I'll do another one tomorrow with the full sort of wrap up. Hopefully there'll be no stings in the tower. The weather could do anything up here. It's blowing a gale at the moment. Hopefully it'll be alright tomorrow. And we'll be okay on the short ride, and then just sort of logistics, getting back to Inverness for the evening. So I'll be in touch tomorrow, let you know how it goes. Bye bye.